Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of The Money Mentor with AKA Graham Home, your money mentor. We're going to keep it real today, and I thought it was time to have a crack at some bullshit, to pull apart some myths in the industry, do a bit of myth busting, and I thought the best way to do that and keep it real is talk to a couple of our real Infinity Family community members. I think we had about 456, nearly 500 people, 460, 456 to be precise, pay their home loans off in full to zero this year, and some of them nearly to zero, and acquire multiple investments being property, bonds, funds, etc. So I thought, what better way to rip apart the bullshit than the brokers that are sending $2 scratchies as a Christmas present and selling offset accounts and not helping people post actually settling the loan. I thought, let's get raw, let's get real. So I want to give a big, warm Infinity Family welcome to Dwayne and Gabby. How are we, guys?
Yeah, good.
Great. Yourself?
Good. Oh, yeah, we're good. Yeah, a little bit nervous. Okay. Just pretend it's Friday night and we're back at the party. Actually, keep your pants on, Dwayne. But just pretend it's Friday night and we're back at the party. We'll talk about the Christmas party shortly. But let's talk about you guys as a couple. And so maybe if you want to share a bit of your background and story, guys, obviously fellow people from the Gong, which I find intriguing when you first join the community. Like, yes, more people from the Gong. You actually live around the corner from my very first home I bought in Centenary Drive behind the high school. You guys are only around the corner. So let's have a little bit of background maybe on yourselves before you joined Infinity, like married, divorced, kids, cars, bikes, credit cards. Give us some background.
No, I was married before I met Gab.
We're all allowed one mistake in our life.
That's right, correct. 5 kids out of that one.
Okay.
It wasn't the greatest marriage in the world, but last 6 years I've been with Gab and things are looking better.
Okay, good.
So, I've made 2 mistakes. So I've got...
Third time's a charm.
yeah, 2 divorces. Yeah, 2 divorces, but 2 beautiful kids out of it.
Yep.
And, yeah...
So 7 kids across
yeah,
the
between
blended
us.
family?
Yeah.
Any adult kids or all?
They're all adult kids
all
now.
Adult kids now.
The youngest just turned 19 this month. So
Oldest is 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And most of them are still living at home. Well, 2 are still living with us. So
And my youngest 3 are still living with their mother.
Okay.
So yeah, there's the joys of that, and we have a menagerie of animals.
Okay.
So can't just have kids, got to add animals to the mix.
Sure.
So, so when we got together, I had my house that I was living in and a investment property that I thought was doing good until I had a chat with some guy from the Gong that has an Infinity shirt on and told me it was a dog. So, it was probably difficult to get rid of that.
Okay.
Because I had the heartstrings attached.
So you guys had bought a new home together?
No,
Okay.
We're still living in the house that we had when I got together, when we started with Infinity.
Yep.
But it's paid off now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So we, I think I was looking at about 27, 30 years left on my loan when I did the masterclass. And it's already gone.
So you guys were living in your home when you were first together, or a new home together?
No, my home.
Your home, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was like stress head over thinking that, this wouldn't work for us because I didn't want to lose everything after 2 failed marriages.
I like you said your home. Do you hear that too, Dwayne? It's her home. What's hers is hers, what's Gab's is Gab's, and what's Dwayne's is Gab's as
That's
well.
correct.
That's a smart man.
100%.
There you go.
He's got that. Yeah,
Yeah,
well done.
yeah, it's just well done.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what it looked like. So financially, and I'm going to introduce your team in a moment as well. Let's talk about what it looked like for you guys. We had a property with how long left on the mortgage?
I think it was honestly
25 plus years.
Yeah.
25 plus years. How much roughly?
It was at about 169.
Okay. And what is it today?
0.
Oh, 0. Okay. So 25 odd years left on 169 grand. I'm assuming of minimum payments if it was 25 odd years left. Were you paying more than minimum
I
payment?
wasn't paying. It was minimum.
Okay.
I don't even think I had it on principal and interest. I think I might have just been
Interest.
paying interest.
Oh, it was basic bitch payments.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe,
all right.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay. Any
Yeah.
credit cards?
Yeah, maybe a couple.
Couple?
Yeah.
Several?
Yeah.
Okay.
With like, nearly a house deposit in.
We've maxed out limits.
Yeah.
Really? That bad?
It was. I think it was like something like $32,000 worth of limits, not counting Afterpay. Afterpay was maxed out.
Okay. So credit cards 32 odd grand, Afterpay maxed out.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit like when we met, except I was like 248 grand of debt. I was a
Yeah,
fucking
you're a little bit worse.
I was a little bit worse. I was a liability when Beck and I met. Still a liability, but I'm getting there. So credit cards maxed out, Afterpay maxed out. Did you guys find that you had extra cash, or were you like paycheck to paycheck, or there's a little bit of savings, or?
Yeah, I found I had a little bit of savings after coming from my marriage, and I had a bit of money put aside.
Yep.
But it was no way for a house deposit or anything like that.
Okay.
It was just living my week to week.
Safety net.
Yep.
Okay. So if something cropped up for the kids or medical, or
I
you
could
had
get
some
out of
money
it.
stashed
Yes,
away to
correct.
look after emergency. Rainy day fund.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And then you bought a home together?
No.
No.
You're just living in...
Here, living in sin. Yeah.
living in sin. Aren't you happily engaged, happily married now?
Oh, that's only now though. It took him a while.
Took him
Yeah.
a while. Okay.
Yeah.
Have to make sure.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's why it's so blingy right now. It's still new.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So credit cards, and then... So we've got the one property, your old first home / investment property, right?
The investment property is separate. So
Okay.
yeah, so we've got the home we live in and the old investment property,
Right, okay.
which was just costing me more money than
Okay.
yeah.
Now, let's go back. So you guys joined, what, like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Maybe just over 2 years ago?
Yeah, yeah.
October 2022
Correct.
or December 24? Okay. And what's the journey look like today? We heard 0 on the home loan. The 25 years and 169 grand is gone, like nil,
Yeah.
zip, zilch, zada, nada. So,
Gone.
See ya. So, does that feel real?
No, it doesn't. I honestly thought I'd be retiring or maybe never retiring, trying to pay off my house loan. And I didn't think we were going to get it together, like, trying to save, but just never really getting there. And then, even getting someone got a little ute and we put that on the home loan. Like we
Right.
took that off of the offset that I thought that I
Right.
had there. So, yeah,
Okay.
because it was easier than,
Okay.
than getting a loan, I thought.
So let's go. So we had a home, an investment property,
Yeah.
both with debt, 169 on the home, 25 years left to go.
Yeah.
That was then. 3 credit cards, 32 grand limit, Afterpay maxed out, bit squirreled away in case shit happened, but kind of paycheck to paycheck with a little bit squirreled away. Is that a
Yeah.
good summary?
Yeah.
Okay. Today, no home loan?
No home loan.
Okay. Any investment properties?
Yes.
Yes.
How many?
9.
Pardon?
9.
9.
Like 5, 4, 9?
Correct.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Okay, so in 2 years and 2 months, we've paid off. Now, people go, oh, it's $169,000. Fucking wah, 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 dickheads, right? You've still got fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars. Shut the fuck up. Grow up. Stop making excuses. But $169,000 gone. 25 years of payments gone. Now, we now have 9 investments plus a home, or 9 total?
No, 9 plus 1.
So 10 properties.
10.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Fucking hell, guys. You sure you're not full of shit? You're not baffling me with bullshit here?
Oh, no, 100%.
I should know. We structured
I
it.
know.
So 9 properties, and really 8. Now, obviously in that process, I said you got to sell that dog.
Yes.
So we got rid of the old investment property. was a bit of an emotional journey. How long do you think it took, Gab, before you went, fucking this arrogant little prick, he's right? How long did it take? Weeks, months? How long did it take for you to go, all right, the old property's going to go?
8 months.
That's how long it took to actually do it. Immediately I knew it was the right thing to do. It was just the heartstring attachment, because I was a single mum when I got divorced, and I managed to keep that property.
Well done.
So that was like massive for me. It was my security blanket. So for you to say, sell that dog, I was like, that's my
I fought
security.
for that dog.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
my little stray.
Exactly. It's like, like when I got told to cut up my credit cards, like, all that was my security blanket. I don't know why, but, it was, crazy thinking. But at the same time,
Well, I want to. How do you guys feel today? 10 properties, new car recently.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck.
his
sick.
new car, not my new car.
But he sold a bike.
He did sell a bike.
I always joke at events that I'm like, a real man would sell his fucking old VL Turbo Commodore, his Harley only rides once a month, and pay that off the mortgage to build wealth, to then let the wealth buy the car for free, so to speak, right? You got 10 properties, market moves 3% on $10 million a property if they're $1 million each. Let's say they're half of that. It's still, it's still $5 million moving at 3%. Like, that's fucking wild, guys. Like, especially from the gong. Not picking on the gong.
And we're selling both SSs as well. So
Okay.
they're on the market to sell as well.
What year model? No. How many Ks? What condition?
I was like, they're both blue. They're both this colour blue.
Blue's
Yeah,
my
I know,
favourite.
right?
Blue's my favourite colour. Blue and red.
They're matching.
We might have a
His
sale
and
at the end of the
hers.
podcast. How do you feel today? Does it feel real? Surreal? What
It's real.
Oh yeah, it's weird. I'm feeling it. Yeah,
Okay.
loving it, feeling it. I'm just waiting for all the income streams to come in, and then I think it'll be really hit the nail on the head.
Okay. Well, I want to jump from that, where we were, to where we are. It's fucking wild in 2 years and 2 months, right? Like 26 months. I want to jump to your amazing team. So I want to introduce everyone to Zachy. G'day, Zachy.
G'day, G. How are you?
Number one finance broker in all of New South Wales and ACT, and number one finance broker in all of Australia this year.
Yes, in 7 years, not 21.
Oh, shit.
Snap.
Woo, it's getting hot in here. There you go. He's usually very humble today, but he's come out swinging today. But mate, you should be very proud of that. I encourage that, because it did take me 21 years in the industry to be the best, and it's taken you 7 years?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Lucky you had good help. I wish I had a me like
That's true.
15, 16 years ago too.
In all honesty, it's because of the right help. So
Nah, well said, mate. So Zachy, number one broker in Australia this year. Been here 7 or 8 years, Nelly. Huge accomplishment working with Gabbi Dwayne. And also want to introduce you to the amazing, sassy, brilliant, beautiful Taryn. Hello, Taryn.
Hello, G.
How are you?
I'm living the dream. I need a fancy title like Zachy.
Do you?
Number one broker, number one RM.
Yeah, we can
make that.
I reckon we can sort something. You can just create it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you see it in my email signature, just mind your business.
Shit, no, stay. So, Taryn, you're Gabbi Dwayne's relationship manager.
Yes.
Now, to put that in context for people that maybe aren't part of the Infinity family going, shit, how do I do something this real, this quick? You're effectively what? Their financial coach, you're their minion, you're their boss, your captain, no. What are you to them?
Yeah, so these guys are doing the work. We're just here, like relationship managers. We're here to help guide the way. So strict budgeting, the account structure, and all that jazz. So they're doing the work. We're just the coaches in the background helping them lead the way.
So Zachy's structuring the finance from the strategy Zachy and Beck and I build. You're then helping with the implementation and the ongoing management, which is unique, right, guys? You've had a banker or a broker before. Did you ever have anyone financially in your world that held your hand each week, like Zach, Taryn, myself, or they're saying, hey, don't spend this on this. This is how we get the brand new Navara, and this is go the Nav. This is how we do that. Like, previously, had that been something you guys had experienced through all of your life financially?
No, never.
No, I've used brokers. I've gone straight to the branch manager or loan manager at my bank. So I've had him, and then I also had a broker a few times, and none of them have actually looked at the whole whole kit and caboodle.
So not holistic.
It's no. I was actually going to use that word.
Yeah,
Ah.
not holistic. Picking up where you're putting
yeah.
it. Would you say that typically financial services, I believe, but I just want your validation as a consumer, do you think that financial services, investing, etc., do you think that it's transactional or transformational typically? Because I think it's transactional in nature, that you
Yeah.
go see the bank manager or the broker, you get given the loan, but no one's there to fucking help you, and you just flounder. Do you think it's more transactional? Like,
100%. I used to work in banking
Yep.
a long time ago before I worked in real estate, and I was selling loans to people. I didn't care what they did with what they did when they walked out that door.
so once the sale was done, transactional, the
It's
transaction,
transactional.
it's ended.
That was it. That was it.
Well, there's no revenue or reward to continue in the model, is there? The
No.
transaction's done. It's up
No.
to them to pay the loan, right?
But you're just looking at your KPIs, getting those loans written. That's it.
Sounds like a fucking sounds like a one night stand. Get in, get off, and get out. No names, no phone numbers. See ya.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit rough.
Pretty much.
It's a bit raw dogs. Anyway, all right. So I want to jump across. So, Zachy, you're structuring the finance for these guys as they're acquiring property number 1, property number 2, it's got to be a pretty complex strategy. And Gabbi Dwayne, how do you go interacting with Zachy to understand something so complicated? How does that sit? I mean, it's pretty complicated, right? 10 properties.
Yeah, I got no idea how it works. That's why I got Zachy.
Well,
Yeah.
Dwayne, that's a fair point. And Gab, how do you go in that process?
I'm probably a bit more hands-on, so I know a bit more about what our finances are. Zachy knows to contact me.
Okay. Sounds like Beck and I. Everyone knows if you want like something go to Beck. I'm the creative. Beck's the detail-oriented.
Definitely.
Execution, spreadsheets, data, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's these guys make it easy to work with, rather than, and I thought our situation was quite complicated because obviously after 2 marriages, I
Yep.
was quite concerned about putting myself in a difficult financial situation with Dwayne,
Yep.
but couldn't have asked for better help from the team.
So I'm hearing a lot of trust from Dwayne. He's like, Gab gets a bit of it. Zachy's got the rest. That's what we pay Zachy for.
Yeah.
Zachy, how do you go interacting with a couple when so Dwayne goes, look, I just fucking trust you, man. Don't fuck me or you're fucking in big trouble. I'm a big dude. You're on. And Gabby gets it. So you're talking to one, not the 2 sometimes. And there's obviously a lot of trust there. How do you find interacting with people to make sure that Gab understands it, she can articulate it and relay it to Dwayne? What's that process like?
I think it's keeping things simple and not baffling people with bullshit, which most people do to make themselves sound smarter than what they are.
Do you think that's common in financial services? Like the more complicated a broker or property expert or stockbroker or finance can make, the more complicated it sounds, then the more they can charge. And just trust me, it's,
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think it's better to actually go the other way and try to simplify it for people?
Yeah, look, I'm a big believer if you can understand it to a certain degree, maybe not the full level of it, you'll be more inclined to stick to it.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think that's why simplicity is important, which is few and far in the industry.
Okay. And Taryn, how do you then, in the background, keep it simple for them so they do stick to it? So Dwayne doesn't come and go, fuck, I shouldn't have sold the fucking Harley. Like, I need a new bike. Like, how do you make sure that people stay true? Because it's one thing to give the advice, right? Like, Zachy can do the work, Beck and I can strategize, the team, Lou, like, we can do all this work. But how do you help them stick to that and see the plan through? Because it's actually a true fact, guys, that about 60-70% of investors in any investment, right, all sell at a loss within 5 years. And if you look at stocks, property, all these sorts of things, most of the growth is in like year 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Does that make, like, wherever you are in any cycle, pretty much anything you've held for 10, 15 years does well in any cycle. But when you look at it, most of the growth's at the end. So, and most people, for some reason, divorce, sickness, market, interest rates, people just fucking fart in their own brain. It tastes and smells disgusting. How do you help them not fart in their own brain when rates moved 13 times or, oh shit, I've got 9 new investments, like that's a lot of debt. What's that process like to help people?
It's just going back to the beginning. So take them back to when you first found G, where were you? Reminding of where your goals are and what you want. Because I think another common thing is they start on our infinity journey and they start to, build a bit of savings that they're not used to and they want to spend it. So then they'll come to me for a car or they'll want to do this. I'm like, no. And it all just comes back to
Do you go?
why you're here. Yeah. I've got this saying actually, and I say, assess the shoes and if suitable, jog on. Because we're not spending any money here.
Assess what? Assess the shoes.
And if suitable, jog on. Crocs and sports mode, whatever you got to do. But it's true. It's all just going back to why you joined Infinity. I think people forget the rut that they're in when they first come here. So it's just, what are your goals?
So going back from that rut then, 3 credit cards, I think 32 grand,
Yeah.
I don't know, half on, after pay maxed out. That's a bit of a rut, right?
You're on a treadmill.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that. You're literally on a treadmill. Like, you think you're getting somewhere, but you're getting
You're trying
nowhere.
to jog on, but you're jogging on the spot.
I'm jogging on the spot. Yeah, that's
With Crocs without sport mode straps.
yeah. And I think for me, because I had an investment property, I was like, I've got it.
I've got some stability. It's
Yeah.
okay to struggle because I've got a property in the background.
Yeah. I'm doing better than most,
Yeah.
and especially when, you come from a single parent family and, we lived in like Department of Housing houses and that sort of thing. Like, you're like, I've come good. But then you're like, but I want more. So yeah, that's where this came in.
So let's talk about. I know for Beck and I, coming from absolutely me being a fucking liability and loaded with debt and credit defaults at the time, and Nelly not being in the industry. I know for us, things were really weird as we started to improve and progress. We've lost heaps of so-called friends or renter friends, right? We've lost a heap of friends. We've had issues with family. We've had issues with people we've tried to take on the journey in business. And people are very quick to forget what you do for them when they're up until they're down, if that makes sense. It's the old story, you don't know what you've got till it's gone, right? I want to pick into that a little bit because the barbecue mafia, the toothless Timmies fucking smashing the VB tinnies, head chefs flipping snags, And usually these people don't have a full set of fucking teeth between the 2 or 3 of them at a barbecue, if that. But they're very quick, right, Beck? They're very quick to judge. And it's like they tend to forget when you helped them when you're a single mum and you lent them money or you help with their kids or...
Most of the time, they've got themselves in that situation. And then if you help them get out, they're very quick to forget what you did for them.
Yeah, you help somebody, sometimes you help somebody else and they're out of it, but then all of a sudden they're so fucking good because they're in a good position themselves. Talk to us about, and Taryn and Zach, you would hear this a lot talking to clients, they struggle with it. Talk to us about the journey. Have you found that anyone around you has claimed that you've changed in this short 2 and a bit years? Or have you found that you're less inclined to interact, even if they're family or loved ones? Do you interact with them less because you see things differently? Or because the number one thing in society is if you've got a house in Australia, you're a fucking property expert. Woo! And if you've got a mortgage, well, fuck, aren't you an offset account or a fucking, I've got a whiz-bang fucktard, this, that, the other fucking McNugget product, right? Talk to us about that as real people. You've gone on the journey. You've been thought you were going all right, better than most, but struggling. To you're fucking flying. Let's be clear. Have you lost friends? Struggle with family? Do you find it hard to have conversations? Do you just? I know now people start talking about money, and I'm like, please, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't engage anymore. How's that been for you guys? As real knockabout people.
Well, I've had people ask what he's doing, where he's going, and before we got more involved in it all, just said nothing. Just said, look, you'll find out later on in life when we're ready to talk about it, we'll talk about it.
Yep.
And people do ask us now, oh, how you going? You got more properties, you're always off and about, and you're always doing this and always doing that.
You're never home.
Yeah, we'd say, well, this is what we do, and then they just listen, but they don't really ask many questions about it at the moment. They're just watching us, I think,
you don't
just
have
watching.
too many critics in your world at the moment. That's good.
We have only one friend of hers that
we've got. Yeah, there's a few. There's a few that don't believe what we're doing, or can't really see the
that
vision.
It's real. Your name's not on the title of the 10 houses.
No, there's.
You must know the Monopoly guy.
Yeah.
Well, my son, he owns, my second eldest son, he owns a house or
Okay.
a unit, and he's
Yeah, well
asking me,
done.
and he's been watching your podcast and checking it out, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm just not ready yet." And I said, "Well, I'm not pushing you."
No.
He's
But the
asked questions about it and how
fact that
how
he's
we're
asked
going.
questions.
I said, "When
he's
you're ready, you'll be
listened.
ready."
Yeah, when he's ready, he'll be ready.
Yeah.
And you know what it typically is? When you're in enough pain. Because if you're not in enough pain, why do you need to make a gain? I was in a lot of pain when Beck and I met. I fucking hated it. We had to do something, and that's how this business was created. She's like, well, why the fuck did you do that? Well, why the fuck did you? And I'm like, oh, here we go, strap in, right? But it was that different way of thinking to go, well, clearly I'm fucking doing it wrong. Let's do it a different way. When he's ready, he'll come to it.
Yeah, that's what he said, because he said,
So-
"Oh,
We've had a few people. Well, I've had a few people come to me and go, "Okay, tell me more."
Yeah,
They've seen a few things that we've posted and whatnot.
socials or stuff. Or, yeah.
Yeah, and they might organically find you, and then they're like, "You're working with that Infinity, aren't you?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah." I had somebody that was in your masterclass one weekend, and I'm getting text messages from her, going like,
Yeah, the gong.
It's yep, go the gong.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, that's who I'm working with. And
Right.
I've had friends that have been like, look, I want to know more, but they're worried. They think it's a cult, that sort of thing. They've got that sort of mentality. We've also had the oh, you're doing so well, so maybe we're cashed up and we can just hand over them money.
Well, that's where I sort of wanted to see. Like, you guys are obviously very lovely, genuine, everyday knockabout people. You're not out there flashing cash. You're not being, you're normal people that Rebecca and I relate to. Our whole team does. But it's interesting because when people do realise you're doing better, it's typically handout. Can you help me with this, or help me with car rego, or can I borrow this, or you can pay the dinner bill.
Yeah.
So you do. That's what I was trying to get. Like, because I think because you guys are quite humble, you're not experiencing the norm of, it's a cult, or it's this, or fuck. Yeah, cult's got a really bad connotation to it, but typically it's everyone following something with fucking passion that works, right?
we don't go out there bragging about everything. Oh, look at us, look at us, look at us."
And we don't
if it's
say
a
we're
cult, I
gonna
need some of the benefits, like a church
Yeah.
or something. No tax, no this, our own lane on the highway. Beck wants a harem of fucking toy boys or something.
No.
Too much trouble.
One's
Yeah.
enough trouble.
Oh, sheesh.
But I think the good thing that I've had and that I use and I've used from the start is that I've got Taryn watching over what I do. And so anytime I'm asked for, can I just borrow? Can I just borrow? Or can I just, it's like, do you understand that everything that I do is watched by my RM?
Yeah.
So I've got to then explain to my RM why I'm spending that sort of money.
So, Taryn, if Gab rings you and says, hey, son, daughter, next door neighbour's fucking pelican, goldfish's pet cat wants to borrow $500, how do you process that typically? Like, you go into why, is it medical, is it how do you handle that to help Gab make that decision?
Well, I think Gab would usually know. She's a very strong-willed person, so she would know in her own gut anyway.
Yep.
And most of the time, saying it out loud is her
Helps.
answer. Yeah,
So
she hears
she's asking
it.
the question, but she's
Yes.
like, actually, don't worry.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And what if she is saying it and you think, well, shit, Auntie fucking Mary or Esme needs fucking surgery and they need $2,000 and she's parroting that to you. How do you approach that then? It's different, right?
No, yeah, it is. And I guess it's what would they do if you're not in the spot where you're at now, what would they do if they didn't have you? So
That's really important. So I think, sometimes it is okay to help people, right? It depends on the circumstances, but unless they're sick, dying or other, I think they could probably figure out how to go and do what you've done in 2 short years themselves.
And my initials aren't ATM. So I'm not an endless supply of cash, and that's what people think. And it's like, we sat down with our kids, I think the first Christmas or last year after the Christmas party after we got the award, because, there was comments made about how well we were doing and how we, could be helping others. And we had to explain to them that we're not this cashed up, cash rich, we're asset rich.
Asset rich, yeah. And that's different. It's not liquid today, right?
No.
So digging into that a little bit, I guess. And we've experienced that as well, Beck. I
Just
mean,
a little
we've,
bit.
but I mean, lovingly, we've bought houses with aunties and jointly on title and helped buy properties and cars and
At the same token, we have family that ask us for advice and still don't implement it. Can you believe that?
yeah, you got to be careful that people aren't ask-holes. You know, that's an
Yeah.
asshole that asks a lot of questions but never actually executes. So, whereas some people genuinely want help, always happy to help. But the ask-holes, it's like, go watch the webinar, read a book. When you're ready. So, but digging into that a bit, there's a difference between, I mean, if we look at where you guys are today and we go, just making up numbers, call it 10 properties at $1 million each, or you can call it 10 at half, doesn't matter. If we look at that growth rate currently of what the market's doing in pretty much all of these areas, if we were to sell each of those properties over the subsequent 5 or 10 years, you'd probably expect to have a couple of $100,000 at least per property, right? Even today, I know some of them have done really, really well.
Yeah.
That's going to give you guys a position of maybe $2 million net in the next few years. So you could cash out, quit your job, and then have $2 million to retire on that most people would never even get to 5, 6, 700 grand in their super fund.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
How does that sit? Because it's real.
I didn't think of that before right this second.
I don't want you to because
No.
just a little
No.
bit of transparency. What do you do for work, Gab?
I'm a property manager.
Okay, very
Senior
fucking,
property manager.
very, very, very fucking good one.
Thank
And where do you work effective of today when this is produced?
you. Infinity.
Oh, shit. So Gab is part of the Infinity. And I think everyone's seen this. A lot of our team members have been very successful clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because who better to come and see under the hood and help somebody else lead from the front than someone who's actually walked the walk and got to 10 properties. So that's, yeah, I don't know. Congratulations, by the way.
Thanks. I'm wearing Infinity Blue.
It's great. I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So there's a lot of changes going on for you guys in your life. Financial structures, budgets. We've become asset rich, but we're being practical with our cash, digging into that a bit. Is it hard to say no to the kids or friends and family? Go, look, guys, yeah, we've got a big asset base. I mean, people are going to see this that you haven't spoken to for years and go, oh, hey, how's it going, Dwayne? You know, or exes or friends of friends or whatever. There's a lot of jealous people out there. But, I mean, it's your money. Fuck them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But how does that go, like, moving forward? Is it hard to say no to people? Would you have said yes before, actually?
Yeah.
So when you
Of
were
course, yeah.
struggling, would you have just went, yeah, here's $200, mate?
I've got people out there that owe me thousands of dollars that I would never speak to.
Family and friends?
Well, they're not friends anymore. So,
Acquaintances?
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah,
They're out of my
you know
life.
the quickest way to get rid of somebody?
Yeah.
Lend them money.
Lend them money.
I got somebody I lent thousands of dollars to a little while ago, and I thought that would be the end of it, and they still fucking contact me all the time. I just got a message history of them reaching out to me. I feel like ringing and go, hey, you know that couple of grand? How's that going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the quickest way to part ways with somebody. It's the best investment you can make sometimes.
Yeah. And I think, like you said, you know, I've got that heart. Giving's my love language. So people prey on that. So when they think that you're doing well, they think you can do that. So, you know, when I wasn't well, when I was wasn't doing well, I was a single mum, I was getting asked, you know, because I had an investment property. I was, you know, I think that was their mentality. But I was a single mum with 2 kids trying to do it on my own, trying to put them through private school and you know, give them all the things that I guess I thought I never had. And then I had people that were, you know, asking for thousands of dollars and I was handing it over because I thought that they needed it more, only to never see it again.
Yeah, well, you got to earn it. And if you don't earn it, you'll never learn it. You got to earn it to learn it. And if you haven't been in the black, darkest hole and gone without to hold on to that property, which we sold that dog, but if you haven't been through that, you'll never be in a position to still lend it, even though you're a single mum with all that pressure. People that are typically asking for it, unless it's a medical thing, they haven't earned it to learn it, and they haven't learnt it to earn it, really. So, yeah, good on you guys for staying strong on that. But just for time's sake today, where to from here? And I'm going to ask Zachy and Taryn in a minute what their thoughts and plans for you guys are as well, but where to from here for you guys?
Well, like we were talking earlier, like in 2 years to get where we are now, you can just imagine where we're going to be in another 2 to 5 years. Like,
Actually, Dwayne, really good point. Are you guys earning hundreds of thousands of dollars? Property managers aren't usually typically paid even over 100 grand, maybe over 100 grand just.
We're the worst paid part of the real estate industry.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And Dwayne, for work?
Carpenter?
Okay, Chippy, earning hundreds of thousands? No.
No way.
Okay. Over 100?
No.
Not even? Okay.
Not even.
Gab,
No.
maybe just under 100?
Yeah, depending on comms. You know,
Depending on incentive,
you've got to do your business development and bring in to get
and not
get
lose
extra
it. You've got to bring
bonuses.
it in and not lose it.
Yeah,
So,
you gotta.
so let's just make the assumption that both of you aren't even on over 100 grand a year, but you've been able to acquire 9 investment properties. Now, it's interesting because I know here we do something different. That if you went to a bank, they'd say that's not possible, and the average broker would say that's not possible. Even listening to this in the comments, they get the shits, and it's like, fuck off. Right? Hate me because you hate me. So how does it feel to be in that position? Dwayne, you said if we've done this in 2 years and 2 months, imagine where we'll be in 2 years, 4 years, 5 years. How does that feel?
Look, we got a little bit emotional earlier when we were talking about this.
I'm
so
like trying to. Yeah, here we go.
It is emotional, right?
But, you
so
know,
we've got
like-
the tissues ready. It's okay.
Oh, thanks.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, to be honest.
Okay.
You know, like 10 in 2 years. Hopefully in another 5 years we'll have another 10, so we'll have 20, maybe more. Depends. I just want to go going hard at this. So
88. No, just-
Ooh, infinity.
I know, right?
right?
Got
Okay.
the
How
8.
important
Yeah.
do you think being part of this environment and family has been in getting you to where you are today? Because like you said earlier, most people have their home and they
Yeah.
get maybe 1 or 2 investments and they're like, I'm done, I'm killing it. So whereas
We-
here,
we
you know,
would
most
not.
people have got 3+
Yeah.
investments.
when I was first with Gab, she used to say, let's buy a home together. I said, well, I've got no money. I can't afford this. How am I supposed to do this with nothing? I had maybe 20 grand if I was lucky. And we looked at it, we thought about it, how can we do this? And then we come across G and you, and everything just fell into place.
He spent the 20 grand on a Harley.
Had
Well,
20
yeah.
grand, then had a Harley.
Yeah.
Sold the Harley, mate.
No, I got a loan
What
for
a
that,
guy.
actually. I spent that on the car.
Oh, right.
20
That's
grand on the
right.
car.
So Beck nailed it. How important is community and the
Well,
people
I think,
around?
2 things: the environment, the
Yeah.
fam, like everyone speaking so openly about their finances. Like I think that's such a great part of our community. Then also having the team to support you. I think that's the 2 key
Yeah.
things that make us different.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Well,
You know,
no-
like you sit down, we bumped into David and
Jackie?
Jackie
Yeah.
yesterday, and then we was talking about how you can actually sit down and you can talk to each other and go, yeah, look at my bank account, look at this, and you know,
Isn't
no
that
one's
weird?
judging each other.
There's no
This is
judgment.
Money's taboo, right?
There's no
Yet we have
judgment.
this community and this vibe and tribe that you're talking. You bump into them in the shopping centre and you're talking about money and property and charity and the Kmart and the Salvo. Like, it's fucking weird.
things that it's going on in your life, but it's not normal to anybody else.
Yeah.
It's what you do. You talk about
but
it.
it's so normal in day-to-day life, but it's so taboo outside of Infinity,
exactly.
right?
Yes.
You wouldn't talk about that shit to someone you meet at a barbecue or an event,
No.
but you guys all seem to.
Yeah, we do, right? Yeah, and it's the norm. Like, we can talk about, everyday life stuff, but, we always get together, like we've got our gong gang
Yeah.
that, we've, go the gong. Yeah, and we're coming together as a community. So
Yeah.
even within our big Infinity family, we've
You got these sub-communities.
yeah, which are just great because you can go to the local cafe and be face to face with someone, and they can say to you, look, where are you guys at? This is where we're at. This is, our journey. What are you guys doing?
So these are like the people that, hey, I'm on this thing. Is this the guy you work with? So instead of going, hey, I walked into Conbank today and I think they're pumping me and raw dogging me, they're like, hey, you work with these guys. Can we have a coffee and you can actually openly talk about money? And go, well, I was here, but we're here now. How important is that? Do you think that's like Beck's not? Is that what stops? Because that's what stops most people. It's not real. It's too good. Wah, wah, wah. Is that like a critical thing in that Beck saying in that community to be able to know that some other random person you meet is happy to share and they did it? Do you think that's what helps you actually go, fuck it, we're doing it?
When we were watching the masterclass, I watched the webinar first.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, there's something about you twigged with me, and I couldn't I couldn't place it because I've watched some of these guys, and let's just face it, it's crap.
Yeah.
They sound good, but it's crap.
Yeah.
And there was something about you that twigged, and I was like, I said to you, I want to do the masterclass.
Yep.
And then I'll be honest, I didn't want to pay for that shit, but I was like, there's something with this. I don't know what it is. There's something with it. And to do a whole weekend of a masterclass, like you're sitting in front of a Zoom, we were going to do it a month earlier, but we were down the coast. But I wanted to be really checked in with you guys and listening. And I knew that the internet down there was crap. So we did it in the August. We sat there, we watched it, and you spoke to me. Obviously, that's when you found out we were from the Gong and from Albion Park. And I was just like, there was something there. And then when we sat down and it was all about, this is what we could do for you, first I thought, bullshit.
Yep. Well, you're in real estate, right?
Yeah.
So natural reaction is that fact, not a chance. So, I mean, you have clients with huge portfolios, but you think they're rich.
Yeah. And I was like, no, this isn't possible. And then I looked at it and I was like, yeah, we can actually do this. And then it was just, yeah. Because I've got an accounting background as well, so my brain was like tick, 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 tick. I looked at all the finance stuff, and I was like, yeah, my mind was in hyperdrive, looking at this, going, where could this go? I have never in a million years thought that in 2 years I'd be looking at, hopefully investment property number 10. Hint, hint.
So, Zachy, they're like, well, where can this go in 2 to 5 years, given we're 9, 10 in 2 and a bit years? Where do you see this going for Dwayne and Gab?
I think a big part is just doing what's worked and improving and growing. And I think last time I got a text message from Gab saying, I'm ready to buy, speak to Lou. What are we doing?
Yeah.
And that was it. Lou went and, did his thing. And
So that's critical too, that not to ram it down people's throat, right? Like, you're there, Taryn's there holding your hand, Zach, Lou, the team. When you're ready, you're telling us, like, hey, like, we're telling you you've got capacity, you know the plan, but now you're saying, okay, we're ready. I'm prepared to take the next step, because everyone has a risk profile, right? I'm prepared to take the next step. So you're now at a point, I'm hearing, where you're like, I'm ready to take the next step.
Yeah.
We're ready to take the next step. We're ready. And that's pretty special, because that means your level of understanding, I don't get, but your level of understanding is clear enough to go, this is really comfortable. Okay, this is it's like schwingt the pucker left, right, and centre. All right, but then you're getting a level of, as Craig Rosewell sort of subsides, right?
Yes.
And you're like, right, well, I'm comfortable, and you hey, we want to go again. We want to invest in something else. So that's a pretty important feature to say, like, just, follow the process, stick to it until you're ready to go to the next level. Taryn, where do you see it going for these guys, helping them manage it all?
Oh, it's scary, their potential. Literally just before this, we were having a chat and Gab was like, all right, well, I'm ready for another one. I'm 51 in April, so I've got till April to get another property. Like, the hunger is just like, it's exciting.
Wow.
Like,
okay.
what they're going to achieve is exciting.
Okay.
My goal originally was a property every decade, so by the time I was 50, I wanted 5.
Okay.
When I was probably 20, I had all the books, 10 properties in 10 years and all that sort of stuff. I don't know that I read them.
You didn't have the money mentor, that's why.
I did not have the money mentor. I didn't get that till my first RAM.
Didn't get that memo.
Might have got that signed by G, because I was a little bit starstruck.
You should have got it signed by B as well.
I know, but
She wrote most of it.
But yeah, no, I think I trust. There's a complete trust. Like, people go, our first meeting, we walked out with, like, I think it was 4 or 5 properties, and moving into an SMSF that, I'd only ever dreamed of prior. So, like, phenomenal. But we just have a trust with them now. It's like, is this going to work? Yeah. We know, I have that trust in you that if something isn't going to go right, you'll go,
Just
Gab,
fucking
take it.
undo it.
Yep, undo this.
Yeah.
Nah, not happy with that structure.
We
I
had
saw
that
that.
with I think Ingrid and Tash, who were both in real estate. They got made redundant on the same day because they worked at the same company. They're in real estate, and they said on stage the other month, they're like, Graham got us out of 2 unconditional contracts, remember, and got our deposits back in full. They go, we'd fucking never let a client out of an unconditional contract. You'd never get your deposit back, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's, back to Beck's point, that's the power of community and scale and size of what we've built here. And it's not just Beck and I and Zach and the team and Taryn. It's you guys as well, because you're sharing with other people. We're sorting, communicating, sharing. So as a community, it's grown so much that by volume now, pure size, we can do that. We can move people out of transactions and in, and if things break, nothing's fucking perfect. Anyone out there telling you it's perfect's full of shit, right? And that's probably why people resonate. I'm like, it's not fucking perfect, but it's fucking good.
Yeah.
Like,
And the trusting the process, I think that's, I don't know what you think, but for clients who really do that, I think that's the main factor in getting you guys
yeah,
to
the
where
trust,
you are today.
the trust
Like
you
everyone
guys,
that just
yeah.
comes in is just like, we trust you, let's do it.
Yeah.
That's,
All the
your 10
ones
plus
that actually,
properties and
all the ones that terminate and pull out or we have to sack, they're the people that don't trust. They're going to be a skeptic and they're going to be broke-ass motherfuckers for the rest of their life, right?
I was
Yeah.
skeptic before I come here.
Yeah.
And I said to her, no, not doing that shit. That's bullshit, mate. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And I just, okay. And then I've seen it, sat down, listened to it, and just thought,
It's just one,
this
so
is-
slowly
yeah.
but slowly it built. And trust is something that's earned, right? It's very easily gone. It's something that's earned. But if stuff goes wrong, it needs to be transformational. It needs to have a Taryn, and you need a team around you that if it breaks, you pick up the phone and go, hey, like, can't be like write your loan and get an automated email from software saying, happy birthday, Gabby. Merry Christmas, Dwayne.
is it
Here's a
nice too
fucking-"
from a company to actually be able to like call people and they answer?
100%. 100%.
I know it's rare, but it's like something that we really.
And Taryn's
we're
like,
really
There's
what
proud
up,
of.
actual-
G?
Yeah.
What up, G?
there's an yeah, exactly. Personality
We're-
as
I don't know
well.
about professionalism here. We're very like,
Yeah.
how's it
we
going?
we were chatting yesterday, and she's like, "Oh, I forgot my straightener." I'm like, "Oh, I'll bring you one." So it's just
Obviously, didn't you? Didn't.
like,
Yeah.
You don't need
I'm
it.
embracing the curl. So
Yeah.
yeah. But no, it's cool.
Mm.
Like, it's like family. These guys are like family, and
That's really weird to hear about a finance company.
yeah.
About a company helping you build wealth, pay down. Doesn't that sound weird? Like to think about? No one would refer to Conbank or Theft Pack or
Hell no.
Grab as a family,
No.
or their financial advisor as a family. That's
Or
just-
even their broker.
yeah.
No. You wouldn't like be saying, I want to have a celebratory, engagement drink, which I still haven't had.
Yeah.
With it's almost
With the community.
yeah,
Yeah.
know,
Can I ask a really weird question? It just popped in my mind. How would you feel if you weren't part of this community tomorrow?
don't.
Oh, shit, I was just-
What'd you do?
no, I'm getting emotional because you just got emotional.
Don't do that.
No, I'm
to
just
me.
wondering, like, I'm feeling this, like, Beck asked the
My
question.
heart just like
Shoot, quick,
literally.
Zachy, tissues, quick.
Jesus.
You made me get emotional, but how like, it's clearly not just about the dollars and cents and the properties and the loans. Like, borrowing Taryn's straightener, it's just fucking creepy. Like,
I
well
know,
done to
right?
you, but, like, I'm just curious because if you were back in the wilderness tomorrow, managing 10 properties yourself, your own loans, your own everything,
I just felt sick, mate.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
get me emotional looking at you.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're not doing that.
No,
Don't worry,
don't.
you work here now.
Hang on. Yeah, that's right.
Hypothetically. Yeah, hypothetically.
Oh, Jesus.
But do you think it'd be pretty scary again? Or
Hell
you'd be,
yeah.
you'd be breaking shit, you'd be spending, like you'd be back in the...
I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, okay.
Simple.
We think we know what to do. I thought I knew what to do before I started. I'm one of those people that I worked in real estate. I've worked in finance and I've done accounting training. So I should have all the tools.
Yeah.
I should know what to do.
Yeah.
I was doing the loans for people. I was doing
but
all
we
that.
do it different.
I know. That's just it.
Yeah.
And I think when we started with you, I was like, he's not going to mess us up because that's their
Well,
That's
we
their
fuck
brand.
you up, we fuck up.
exactly.
Right.
So I said,
That's
We
you've
put
seen
our
me do it on
trust.
stage. I've refunded people, got rid of them. You do you, boo. You know,
Yeah.
see ya. Because at the end of the day, if you're not comfortable, here you go. Let's just undo it. No
Yeah.
worry. We've bought properties off people. We've resold them for like at the end of the day, you just want to get to a position where your word, your bond, you're too big to break. You don't like it, I'll take it off you. But the best ones when they're like, oh, this property doesn't work. I'll buy it back off you for exactly what you paid for it plus $1. Oh, but it's gone up in value. Oh, so you've made, what's it worth? Oh, we paid $525 and now it's $750. I'm like, so you've made 225 grand, but the property doesn't work. Or they're saying, oh, financial planners put it into these stocks. And then I'm like, but then when you talk to them, oh, the property's costing me $50 a week. Yeah, interest rates are fucking high, but you made 225 grand. So it's very interesting the narrative we tell ourselves. And that probably ties into the emotion that we go, no, fuck, don't say that. I don't even want to think about being on my own. Like, it's clear to me, listening from when Beck asked that question, that going it alone doesn't work. And if it did, everyone would be successful. And sometimes going it with an advisor or two doesn't work. You need a fucking team, a team of experts. You need a Taryn, you need a Zach, you need a Lou, you need a Beckett. Like, you need a team of people around you for this to work. Clearly, to get to 10 in 2 years and 2 months.
Yeah, and a Navara.
And a what?
And a Navara.
And a new nav. We've got to get, and the new nav.
Hashtag NavLife.
Hashtag NavLife. Hashtag NavLife. There you go.
Wow.
Well, I think we need to do a round 2 of this in 6 or 12 months' time, that's for sure. As Gab settles into the new job, see if we move on from the 10 properties. I think I'm really intrigued to see where this goes. And we'll get Zach and Taryn back in to rehash that, and Beck as well. But guys, before I thank you and we wrap up, anything you want to share for people listening at home that are like, what do I do? Where do I go? This is too good to be true. What a load of shit. I mean, you know, people will see you on our social media accounts. You're real people. You knock about lovely people. You're very openly sharing. What words of wisdom could you share for somebody that's listening to this or watching this about, well, I can't do that, or they earn more than me, or what words of wisdom would you share?
I'll say it's not about what you earn. It's about trusting the process of infinity.
Yep.
And just trust the process. Go and have a go. If you're skeptic, go and talk to the team and just see what they've got to offer you.
Okay.
There's 2 sayings that I hear a lot and they resonate. It's like trusting the process,
Yeah.
okay, and feeling the fear and doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's not, like you said, Schwingtepaka, it's not like we didn't get that when we first started.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, do it anyway and you'll reap the rewards.
There's plenty of free resources out there, right? They can read a book or buy it, or they can do a fucking free webinar. We've got a gazillion YouTube podcasts. They can listen to all this shit and put the pieces together before they spend a cent. So,
Exactly.
but I want to congratulate you guys. I think we all want to give you a mad props and congrats and well done. You should be really fucking proud of yourselves. I mean, 10 in 2 years and no home loan it's fucking wild, guys. And we're not talking about you got a mansion in Sydney to use your equity. We're talking about a family home in Albion Park in the Gong. Like,
Yep.
you've done very fucking well. You should be super proud of yourselves. And I just want to thank these guys and the whole team, because I'm super proud of what Taryn and Zach and Lou and the team have built for you guys that you've seen through. So well done. You should be really proud.
Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
And thank you.
Pleasure.
Thanks to all of you guys, because without you, we wouldn't be where we are today.
And thank you for helping with the Kmart Salvo Wishing Tree appeal and Ben's hair and all the other things that you guys do. It's a privilege to have you in the community. So thank you. Thank you, Zachy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taryn.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Beck.
Thank you.
That's it for another episode. Guys, there it is. No bullshit. Nothing behind the curtain. Nothing up the sleeves. Don't wear them here. No suit and tie wanker bullshit. If you think you relate to those circumstances, check the guys out online. Read a book. Do the webinar. Do fucking something. That's it. See ya.
See ya.